Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying to keep it quiet because my girls are sleeping. It's been a while since I've made a video, and hopefully this will stay put. I'm not even gonna mess with it. So a lot has been happening. So this is just gonna be like things that I can think of on the top of my head that's been going on and stuff. I did make a video and then I deleted it, so I'm making this one. This is gonna be like my why medical assisting video, okay? Because people have asked me this, and like people that I know have asked me like, well, why medical assisting? So let me start in the beginning, okay? About 3-4-ish months ago, I can't believe it's been that long, I was working. I was working at Walmart, third shift, and I did that for a little bit. I was actually only working there for about 2 months, maybe 2 months, maybe not even 2 months. I don't even know. I don't remember. Maybe 2 or 3 months. I don't know. So I was working there, and I liked some of the people. I didn't mind that it was third shift. I was able to bring in some type of income and be here and available during the day while my kids were in school, just in case someone got sick or whatever, or if I needed to go to the school for something, or if I had to go run some errands or take anyone to the doctor. I was there during the day. So, while still working at Walmart, I was looking at other jobs that had third shift. Third shift was something that I needed because for childcare, if you don't have kids, just know that childcare is crazy, crazy expensive, okay? So anything other than that first shift, second shift, I just could not do. My mom was at work. My kids get home from school. All three of them get home at 3 different times. And if something were to happen during the day, I can't just call off work or leave and be like, oh, I have to go take care of home or whatever. So third shift was the only thing that worked for me. And it did for a while. So stuff happened at work, and I ended up quitting, and I was basically thinking like, okay, like what now? Because like we're here. My husband moved to Illinois because he's in the service, so he got stationed in Illinois. He and I both agreed that we didn't want to take the kids out of school because the girls are in preschool. Our son, is doing so well in kindergarten. And it was a really rough transition from being at home with me to school. And it took like a few months for him to get fully adjusted and to be in class all day from 9 to 4. So he does that now, okay? We're not trying to mess that up, okay? So those were two huge things. My husband was still supporting his place and our place. Well, I live with my mom, so I help out with, like bills and stuff. So, doing that, and I'm thinking, okay, now what am I going to do now? Because I have no more money. So, what is it? And I knew this school. I remember that the building used to be a clothing building. Then they closed it down, and then it was a movie theater, I think. Then they closed it down, and now they turned it into a medical center. And so I walked in one day. I'm like, you know what? I just literally just walked in and been like, okay, like, what's up, what's good, you know. I eventually want to be an ultrasound technician. And one of the things I told the lady that was helping me get enrolled was, I don't have time to waste my time. And there's some people that I graduated high school with, and they went on to college and they got degrees, and some of them are using it, some of them are not using it because the job that they have has like no need for it at all. And some people have a degree in whatever it is and don't know exactly what to do with it, you know. So I don't have time to waste my time, you know. I have mouths to feed, I have stuff to do, you know. So the lady was like, you know, I understand that. And of course, I'm not the only one with kids who has to, you know, has gone back to school. Whatever, it's never too late, you know. In class right now, there's a woman in my class. This is the first time she's gone back to school in 30 years. Okay? It's never too late. Okay? So, um, I get in there that same day. I thought I was just going to go in there and talk and maybe take a little tour. No, that was enrolling. Okay? So I'm like, okay. So they have me do a test, two tests on the computer, um, and it was about 12 minutes long, and it was about 50 or so questions, and they wanted me to fill out as many questions out of those 15 in 12 minutes. Now, I haven't taken a test since high school, okay? I'm not good with tests, especially if they're timed. I'm not good, okay? And it was all basically like common sense questions. You know, what is the difference between farther and further? You know, stuff like that. Just simple stuff. And afterwards, it didn't tell me my score. It went to their computer and they saw my score. They came back and was like, "Good, you passed." Okay. Still thinking like, all right. So I took a tour. I took those two tests. I filled out some paperwork. And the last thing was the payment for my seat. Oh, financial aid. I did all that right then and there. Um, I was taken into the finance office, and I had a um, video chat, setting up my like grants and stuff that I qualified for, and I was talking to someone who works with the FAFSA, I think that's what it's called. Someone working with them. So that was very nice and it was quick. So I'm like, okay, I did all of that. So my payment for my seat. Okay. My payment was $60. That secured my seat, my backpack, my tablet with all of my ebooks on it, a pair of scrubs, and a lab coat. Yeah, all that. Now, I didn't have any money at all. I was like, I'm sorry, I cannot do 60. They said, well, can you do half? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do 30 either. Like, I had no money on me. I had no money in my account at that time. So I came back. Here's my mom's house. I'm trying to think of something in my head. And my mom actually gave me the $30. So I went up there the next day and I gave them that 30. And about a week later, I went and I gave them the other 30. And it was non-refundable. So I'm like, okay, I already spent $60 non-refundable. Like, here we go. So, I wanted to do it because um, I eventually want to do something in the medical field, and there's always going to be a need for people in the medical field. There's always going to be a need. There's People are always going to get sick or hurt, or they've broken a bone, or they have a head injury, or they need surgery, or they need whatever. People are always going to need that. There's never going to be a time where everything just stops. Like, it's always going to happen. So, that's why. Um, I have been going to the school. I've been in class for a little over a month. I'm in my second mod. There's about there's 6 mods. My graduation date is October 9th, and a mod is about a month of learning a couple things at a time. So like my last mod in the admin side or the classroom side was learning the census, professionalism, mock interviews, on the job stuff. And then on the clinical side, we learned how to do blood draws, vitals, capillaries, um, uh, glucose tests, mono tests, and we practice on each other, you know, which is also kind of scary. Um, but it's what we do. Um, I Today is actually the first day of my second mod on the clinical side. Last week Thursday was the first day of the admin side. So every day it's one or the other. So Mondays and Wednesdays are clinical, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays are admin. I only go 4 times a week. Um, Evening classes from 5:30 to 10 o'clock at night. So yeah, um, I like it so far. Some stuff is scary to think about. Like when we did the blood draws, that was scary because I had to actually put a real needle into someone, and I did not get any blood. But I did not get any blood, but my form was good, and my camera is gonna move, so I'm just gonna hold it. My form was good. I just didn't get any blood. The girl's veins were way too small. And it is kind of messy because my girls and I did some shopping today, and so the couch is like filled with stuff. Um, so I did not get any blood. Um, the girl who worked on me did get blood from me. I don't know what we're doing this mod on the clinical side. And then next month, January, February, March, April, we do injections. And I'm really scared about that. I'm really nervous. I also have a fear of needles, which people thinks is so silly because I have a tattoo. How can you be afraid of needles? And you have a tattoo. I'm afraid of needles. Okay? Okay. Plus, tattoo needles and regular needles are two different things, two different sizes. Different. Okay, they're different. What else? I am now in a class of 25 people. On the admin side, it's 1 teacher. On the clinical side, it's 2 teachers. Now it's 2 teachers. Last mod, it was one teacher on each side. But since we have more people, we need more teachers. So one teacher on admin, two teachers in clinical. The homework is hard. Tests are hard, but I have never studied this hard in my life. Which is why I've been anxious all weekend to go to class tonight so I can get the outline for all of the homework that we're going to have for this month, which is something that I like. At the beginning of every mod, they give us our homework, when it's due, our tests, and when those are due. So every day when we go to class, there is no surprise. We already know. I'm working on homework right now that's not due until next week, or a couple weeks from now, So it's never a surprise, so that's a plus. I really, really like that. But, when my kids are in school, I come home from school at 10 o'clock, or it's after 10 by then. I come home, I make my son's lunch, put in the fridge, I take a shower if I need to, I check on my kids, get my daughter's clothes ready for the next day, because I have to get right back up at 5:45 to get my oldest daughter ready for school. And then I get her to school, I get my youngest to school, I get my son to school, and then from 9 to 12:15, I'm studying. I'm doing something school related. And then I get my youngest from the bus, come back here, give her lunch, lay her down, and then from 12:45 to 2:50, 3 o'clock, I'm back doing something school related. Either studying for a test, or working on homework that's due, or writing a paper, or whatever it is, I'm doing it for class. And then, once my youngest gets up from her nap and my alarm goes off, I gotta get her together so that I can get my oldest daughter from the bus and go pick up my son from school. Then come back here at 4 o'clock, or a little after 4, and make dinner, give them dinner before 5, because my mom gets out of work at 5. Doesn't get here until around 5:15. And as soon as she gets here, I leave. So that is my schedule from Monday through Thursday. It's my schedule. It's a little bit different this week because my girls are on mid-winter break, so I don't have to get up at 5:45, but I do still do everything else. But yeah, I feel like this is something that's gonna be good. I'm still nervous. I'm still scared of things that I still have to do before I graduate. Getting ready and passing the tests and passing the mods, and make sure I have all the homework, and studying for the test, and studying for the state board type of test that's 200 questions, doing that and making sure I'm ready for that. And of course I have to go to the doctor myself and make sure I'm healthy, get a physical. I might have to get some shots myself, I don't know, but I'm scared about that because I'm scared of needles. Life. But that's it. That's what I've been doing. Yeah. Sorry, my hand is shaking. My arms are resting on my knees and I'm cold, so I'm kind of shaking. But that's my life so far. that's what I've been up to. I do like the scrubs. I do love my scrubs. Um, uh, yeah, I like my teachers. I am okay with my classmates. Um, I go in there in school just, with the mindset that this is something I have to do, and just try to do it. So, yep, that's it. So, thank you guys for watching. If you're still here, if you're new, if you want to, you can hit that button down below and subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, you can hit that little bell somewhere down there, and you'll get a notification every time I upload a video. I don't have a regular upload time. You just kind of get them when I throw them out there. So just to keep that in mind. But yes, thank you guys for watching, and I'll just talk to you later. Bye.